All right, people. 30 days of feeling day number 24. Got this lovely white rose, a bunch of them for autumn this morning. She's a big fan. Always feels good. Just doing nice things like that. Feeling chill. It's 1:29 p.m. I'm going to dive right in. As always, for 30 days of feeling or for getting in tune with yourself, peeps, I recommend a journal, a pen or pencil. I got this sweet new pen with the fleur de lis, which is the symbol. You can't see it? No. Oh. It's a symbol of the House of Medici from Florence. Really cool. And this new little journal, I haven't actually done any writing in a physical journal in a little while, so that's nice. And yeah, I always recommend starting journal first. Write out how you feel, ask yourself questions. They could be as simple as, Graham, how do you feel in this moment? Why do you feel that way? What do you feel like has led you to feel this way? Okay, write it down. Okay, what do you want to do with this feeling? Do you want to keep it? Do you want to sustain it? Do you want to change it? Right? Because if you're feeling like garbage, you might want to change that feeling. You might want to shift it. You might want to let go of it. If you're feeling really good, you might want to expand upon it. You might want to go deeper with it. In which case you go, okay, so like, where does this feeling permeate in my life? Where do I feel this the most? Why do I feel it the most in this way? Or in the opposite direction, where in my life do I feel these negative feelings, and why? Are they a product of my environment, my relationships, my work? Like, all we're doing here again and again and again, guys, is we're excavating. We're trying to figure out what is at the root of us, positive, negative, in between, so that we can live in a life of more alignment, of more tree, of more, does it fit on my branches? Does it fit with my roots? And if it doesn't fit on my tree branches or my roots, if it's not who I am, if it's not in me to be this way, to act this way, to do this work, to live in this reality, and what I mean by that is, if how you are living, if there are things about how you're living that you don't like, that you know aren't you. For example, maybe you have a bad habit that you're like, this is just not something that is me, but I keep doing it. This is an opportunity in 30 days of feeling to work through that and to get clarity on where it comes from. Because until you have clarity on where it comes from, you're not really going to have the positive charge to change it. Because you're going to feel like it's your fault that you're doing certain things, which it is, but you're not going to see the reason that you were set up for it, which is yours and others. Other people probably influenced you. Someone offered it to you. Someone else brought it into your life and into your world. That's not really your fault. But you saying yes to anything is always your choice. And that's where we start to make the changes. So there can't be any judgment. Because if there's judgment, there's going to be shame. And if there's shame and guilt, it's going to be really hard to move out of that. It's a very strong, thick energy. It's like oil for the soul. That's what shame and guilt is. And when we get stuck in it, it makes it very, very challenging to move. So we just slowly sink deeper. And in the process of that, other people see and notice and try to pull us out, but we're just addicted to that stickiness. We're stuck in it. It's up to us to start to make the changes to separate the oil from the water. And we do that by letting go and giving permission for the self, the part of us that's stuck in that oil and stuck in that shame and guilt, to just change, move on, die, if you will, and be reborn again. Like, yes, I made this choice, but it doesn't mean like I'm always going to be stuck there. It's almost like letting go is like teleporting yourself emotionally. Like, you find yourself in the shame and guilt, that stuckness. And it's not even like a death and a rebirth. It's literally just like I'm letting go of this because, and it's a shifting of the energy and the emotion, and then poof, you find yourself back into a healthy place again, because you realize that you aren't the summation of one experience. You are infinite experiences. Your life is very big, so why are we letting one little piece of it bog us down? Okay, just something to think about, which could be helpful. Anyway, for me, in this moment, lately I've been thinking a lot about history, and I bought all these new statues. I got this new Alexander the Great statue. I got this sweet little like Roman, I think I showed it the other day, but I'll show it again. This sweet little Roman, bronze Roman legionnaire with a sword. This is not a sword that I think that these soldiers would use. But it's still cool nonetheless, and it's a letter opener, so that's kind of cool. But anyway, I'm feeling in general like, I'm feeling really excited today. It's been a really amazing day. I had an incredible training session this morning with basketball. Came home, hung out with Autumn, had some breakfast, just chilled, watched some YouTube for a little, relaxed. Got back to some people. I have a big day of sessions tomorrow with my clients. I'm really looking forward to that. Potential new ones as well, which is always exciting to work with new people and connect with them and learn about them. And I'm going to play basketball a little bit. And right now I feel really good about making this video because this is a series that's been a long time in the making. I think I started my first video like almost a year ago, if not a year ago. And a year later, we're still doing it. I think that's really cool. It's a testament to my determination. I mean, I have had a lot of different things come up in the last year that have taken my priority and taken attention. And the fact that I'm still committed to finishing this series is just really neat. So I just wanted to say, Graham, shout out to you, bro, for following through. Following through doesn't mean like I can't do anything else until this thing is done. It just means that I have this thing on my mind that I want to complete. And like any artist builds anything, there are going to be infinite things started. And it's going to the time of finish is going to be random based off of a variety of factors. I'm just not interested, back to the shame and guilt thing, of beating myself up over not doing it in 30 days. Like, could I have? Yeah. Did I? No. Do I care? No. Why? Because I made this for me. I'm not making this for other people's approval or to show everyone how great I am. I'm making it because I think it's an incredible tool to show others how to communicate with themselves, which is really valuable and helpful. And a question I've been asking myself at night lately is what was my contribution to the world today? And if this was it, then that's amazing. I couldn't think of a better contribution than to maybe inspire some people. Well, first and foremost, than to communicate with myself, which makes me a better, more connected person, more present person, and then simultaneously inspire other people to step out of their comfort zone and start to be honest with themselves and start to make changes. Because one thing that I find is that it's actually so much easier to make changes in your life than you think. It literally just requires you actually looking at them visually in your mind and seeing how they're impacting you positively or negatively, and then just allowing yourself and giving yourself permission to let go of them. Like, I'm really gonna make an effort. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna go on and on about it. I'm just going to make an effort, and the next time that it comes into my field, I'm just going to say no. Or I'm just going to make this change. I'm going to get up early. I'm going to hit the gym. I'm going to insert whatever it is. Doesn't matter what it is. I'm going to make changes. I feel good about making changes. So in this moment, I feel great about making changes. In this moment, I feel great about myself. I feel amazing about the trip I just took. I feel so good being back here. Everyone's been asking, oh, how's it feel to be back? Must not be that awesome, huh? I'm like, dude, this is where I come back to. This is a good life. I woke up this morning and I was just like thinking to myself, like, how cool, how good it feels to just like have such a really cool base camp and a place that I can call home, but that has access to the rest of the world that I've really found that I am not only enjoying traveling and learning about, but that I'm inevitably going to just discover in its entirety to the best of my ability. Meaning I have a desire and I have a belief that I'm going to visit a lot of places and meet a lot of different people, and I want to connect them and continue to connect to myself at the same time with them as well. And so I just plan on that, and that feels really exciting. And back to the history thing, I feel like on these trips I've learned more and more and more and more and more and more about where I came from and where we have all come from in various different ancient cultures and history, and who's lived where and how did they live and what did they do and how did they perish and what were their contributions to society and where did they come. And I just feel like there is no better teacher than history. And it's a very common cliche sentence that I hear, but I just don't know how many students of history there really are. Students of history aren't ones that retain knowledge. They're the ones that use the knowledge that they have observed and learned, and they integrate it into their life day to day. Meaning, there have been infinite people who felt very similar to the way I felt when 10 years ago, when I first started the business and I was having unbelievable success and incredible momentum, and I felt like I was untouchable. Like, it was never going to end. Like, I was only going to grow and go higher and higher and higher. There have been so many people in history that have felt the same way, only to be humbled by the reality of life, which is that it goes like this. It's varied. It's a lot more quantum and a lot more than it is this like steady trend upwards. And I think that's really important for me because I think humility is something that I struggled with in the past a lot because I felt insecure about who I was and felt the need to overcompensate and show the world how powerful I was by going harder, showing off, showing myself and my accomplishments, showing myself in the most powerful and epic light, and showing everyone that I had this destiny, these skills, these things that I was going to bring to the world and had to tell everyone, show everyone at all times. Only to have this constant face off with the reality of I'm not the only one that's felt like that, and people, many have come before me that have had infinitely greater accomplishments than I have, that aren't remembered, that no one cares about, that no one knows. And the certain level of humility that comes with that, knowing that my destiny and my fate too are in those realms. I mean, maybe I will do something powerful enough that it will be remembered. Doesn't really matter. I'm not going to be there to enjoy that or feel that. I mean, I think that it's really cool that if something I do inspires other people to live a better life, then that would be fantastic. But I'm not clinging to that, needing it to be true anymore. And I think earlier in my career that was a thing, and that was a lesson I learned from history, from many different teachers, from many different writings, from many different situations and scenarios. And so I feel history continues to humble me more than anything, and that feels incredible. It feels incredible for many reasons. One of them being I get to be humbled, which feels honestly really grounding. I don't really enjoy. I mean, there's a great quote from a movie called Seven Samurai, and basically, long story short, there's a moment where these seven samurai are defending this village with all these villagers, and these bandits are attacking them, and they have like a victory, and they're like all cocky about it. One of them is, and the like leader of the wise leader of the samurai, Ronin, I think they are actually. He says, "When you think you're invincible, is precisely when you're most vulnerable." And I just think that's an incredible quote, and it's one that I try and remember often, especially in my day-to-day life, because it's so easy to get just so high on your own supply, or it's easy for me to get high on my own supply, less so than it used to be. Um, Not saying don't feel the fire when you have it or when I have it, but be conscious. Like it may change, and if it does, like that's okay too. So yeah, I feel like history just keeps teaching me humility, and that feels amazing. And so in this moment, I feel very humbled. It feels so good making these videos because I feel like I'm just having a conversation with myself and maybe a few friends or a few people who I don't know who want to talk about who they are and learn about who they are. And that feels phenomenal. I don't feel like I'm making this just so I can get hella attention. I do hope that it spurs conversation because I enjoy meeting other people, including potentially whoever it is that is watching this. But I don't need that. I'm pretty good. I'm going to go play basketball here in a little. I feel great. My girlfriend's fantastic. My life is so good. My family and friends are healthy and safe. I meet new people, and I've met many new people recently. That feels fantastic. I work out hard and I'm a little sleepy. It's good. So, anyway, I feel in this moment terrific. I feel empowered. I feel strong. I feel confident. I feel wise. I feel humble. I feel so humble in the presence of the truth of my life, which is that I am in control of my choices. And along the path that looks to be laid out for me, I get to experience walking it every single day. So it feels amazing. And then also I feel really good about not having much shame or guilt that I am aware of. I'm sure there's always something that will pop up over the course of my life that I'll have to face. That's inevitable. But in this moment, I feel really clean. I feel like I have a clean and cleansed soul. I feel like I know who I am, where I stand, how I am. I feel like I keep my energy to myself. I'm not trying to like stir the pot and get into everyone else's business or get into the world's business. I really don't care that much. Peace isn't found in starting problems or there we go. Peace isn't found in getting involved in everyone else's chaos. Peace is found in resolving my chaos and just going about my daily life. And when other people bring their chaos to me, bringing peace into the chaos and just not reacting to all the nonsense. And I think that's very challenging. And I think I do it to the best I've ever done it. And I feel like other people can learn from that, to be honest with you. If there's anything to take from anything I ever share, it's that. It's just like, stay peaceful. Like, you just don't have to engage with everybody. Not everything needs to be responded to. Your life will be a lot more simple and relaxing And you'll attract naturally people who just aren't really interested in confronting every single little thing. Not to say people aren't confrontational and that I'm not, just that most things don't merit it. It's not necessary. So I feel really humble right now, knowing that truth. And I feel really patient. I had a great quote yesterday I thought of. I'm sure I'm not the first one to think of it, but maybe said it this way. Um, Patience pays unknown dividends. You don't know what patience pays. You're not going to. So you're just going to have to experience and the tension of waiting for something that you really want or something to happen, not knowing what negative things didn't happen to you because you were patient and not rushing. Things to think about. But yeah, I feel really grateful for history. I feel so thankful for all our ancestors for just teaching us and showing us the way. There's just been so many amazing things that I've learned recently about ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, ancient Sparta, ancient Italians, Romans, insert. I mean, I was like a fiend on ChatGPT when we were traveling. Every single place we went. Who is this about? When did it start? How did it happen? Who are the people? What did they do? Do they speak? How does this end? I mean, I just am like, it's like Christmas for me, man. I love it. It's so interesting, and it just helps me put things into perspective. I'm big on perspective. I'm big on context. I'm not big on not understanding the times, because context allows for me to have better insights that I can see and then bring into my everyday life now to help myself, my clients, my family, people in my life, so I can be more humble, I can be more peaceful, and I can have a greater contribution to the world, because that's ultimately my goal. I just want to contribute to the collective, and yeah, that would feel great. I'd have a lot of fun and a lot of joy. So that's how I feel. I feel good today. I feel excited. I'm gonna play basketball here in a little. Play some PUBG later, probably with my friends, and read a little, write a little. I wrote a little earlier, I write a little again. I have some good things happening, good things creating, making these videos. Feels great to be back. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say today. I feel really blessed to be here. I feel thankful to be able to make these videos. I'm very proud of myself for getting to a place where this is not challenging for me anymore. I can share who I am. I'm not afraid to do it. I think for a long time I was a little bit nervous to share. What are people going to think about me? Are they going to argue with me? Do they think I'm this? What I've really found is that most people I'm invisible to most people. Like, they don't care for my positive energy or outlook, so they immediately write me off. So unless I'm like spamming them, like, they're not going to even see me or respond to me, which is hilarious. Like, hardly anyone will, which I think is kind of enjoyable, because I can put myself out there and not be, the trolls aren't coming for me. But if they did come for me, I know they're trolling me, so it's okay. I understand why you might troll me, because you don't know me. But if you met me in person and you spent time with me, you probably wouldn't troll me. For those trolls who inevitably will find me. I love games. Anyway, life's good. Presence, peace, power for me. Feels fantastic. My brain's firing right now. I can feel it. It feels very fun. I can always tell because it's like kind of like rhythmic for me, and like little things show up, like little Easter eggs for myself that I wasn't thinking about. Like, things just happen, so it's fun. I assume that's presence too. I am grateful. So, lessons from today: read more history, stay more humble. Don't think too highly of yourself. No, that's not what I wanted to say. Think highly of yourself, but be conscious of the summation of history, so as to better understand your place in it, which I think will naturally bring a certain level of humility that will allow you to be both high and mighty and small and tiny. And I think that's such a beautiful contrast and juxtaposition that has allowed me to move very freely in this world without holding myself hostage for not doing enough now so I can get all that amazing glory, and simultaneously still feeling like that little tiny blip that I am can make an impact, and feeling really confident about my ability to do so. I think playing in those two opposites is key for anybody, and if you can do that consistently, I think your disposition in life is going to be very positive, and you're going to have freedom on one end, and you're going to have courage, and you're going to have understanding and humility on the other. And the humility is that I actually am powerful and I can make an impact, and I will. And it doesn't matter if it's as big as I thought it needed to be in order to get the things that I am unconscious of that I think I need because I haven't really gotten to know who I am, which is why I'm watching this video, because I'm ready to start excavating my soul. Spicy. We're really in the sauce now. If I was an X-Men, I'd be Charles Xavier, I think. What do you think I'd be? I like playing that game. Okay, games are good. Back to the video. Life's good. We're chilling. Hope it doesn't rain because I want to play. But if it does, I'll do something else. Life's good too. So yeah. Find a quiet place. Grab a journal and start communicating. Start asking yourself questions. Start learning about yourself. Start paying attention to why you do certain things, when you do certain things, how you do certain things. Get away from people who don't give a shit about themselves. Okay, that makes it really challenging for you to spend time getting to know who you are, because they're naturally going to rub off on you, and you're going to be like, yeah, you're right. I probably don't want to waste my time doing good things for myself. It doesn't really make sense. And that goes for all levels of leadership. You could be one of the greatest leaders in the world and have shit people around you. And you could be someone who doesn't understand their power yet, or that they're a leader themselves, and have shit people around you. And shit people just mean people who haven't started the process of getting to know who they are and are unconsciously spending a lot of energy bringing everyone else down around them. They're not bad people. They just haven't woken up yet to themselves, and a lot of times what they need is a kick in the face of, like, other people are going to move on without them. They're not going to just spend their whole life at your level, stooping to your energy. So, things to think about, plenty. Obligations, none. Open-mindedness, open-heartedness to investigate, hopefully high. And with that said, that's how I feel today. That's how I feel about history too, which I think is just like the gift that keeps giving. There's infinite things to learn, and there's infinite history to analyze and draw conclusions and take insights from. So anyway, that's my spiel today. I feel good about it, honestly. Sometimes it's just a rant. Today was more of like a how my hair looks is kind of how I feel. So it's good. Frizzy. Like electric. So yeah. Fascinating is instantly calming. Beautiful. Presence, peace, and power, my friends. Wishing you the best always. Legends find a way.